Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another casting. This time we are seeing the London Lionhearts up against the Bristol Smugglers. Now both these teams are quite small in the league currently, with London Lionhearts having gone to major competition last year, but they have lost a large amount of their original team that went there. It's now only one member of their original team still there. However, this team is still a very powerful team and doing very well. So it doesn't look like losing those 4 members has bothered them as much as some would think. Straight away the Smugglers are just pinging and pinging. So you see in the early game just pinging each other, showing, hey look, there's someone there. And super duper attacking precision for a nice little thing, but having to run away real quick. For some reason I don't think a little sneaky ninja like Kennen really wants to be caught out by a big old tank Fiora. So it was a good idea of super duper to dash away there. In comes the minions, and Reagan, Rambo and Godmid are going in. Having a little peek, see if there's anyone around there. Precision's just sort of hanging out in the grass, making sure no one's coming around behind. And Godmid taking a bit of hit there from Tegan. Probably saying that badly, but my first time ever meeting this person. Oh, and Godmid is taking a real bad hit there. Loves it, getting himself the nice red buff. Bit of extra damage. Godmid taking some extra attacks there. Not really good. And that's red buff as well for Arcadian. This little tit for tat between the 4 down bottom is actually going neither way particularly. And Super Duper and Precision going head to head. And True Rambo and Reagan almost at a disadvantage here. Because Reagan is not a ranged character. She's they're playing Brom, who's not a ranged character. So they're going to suffer a fair amount. But Precision going in, doing some decent damage against Super. And Godmid going in and attacking Tegan and pulling back. Just gently attacking each other's minions, bring them down, damage upon damage, until someone breaks. And Tegan's already up to level 3 in full health, and Godmid is so suffering that fight. Lovesick gives himself the blue buff, I do believe. And in dives Godmid and just straight back out all again. Precision dives in against Super Duper and does some decent damage, and Super Duper's going down. Is he going down? And Precision gets first blood, taking down Super Duper and Kennen. I think that fight could have gone a bit quicker, but Precision was taking a little moment just to rearrange herself in front of him. Kennen is now teleporting himself back in, or sorry, Super Duper is teleporting himself back in. Doing some decent damage to Precision. Precision's just going to let her minions get to work. And Precision's heading back, probably to buy something or to heal up. And Volleybird's wondering if anyone's down in the lane. They are not. Lovesick's currently getting himself that Void Stalker, I do believe it is called. Which is going to give them real nice river line of sight. Oh, and in goes Godmid against Smuggle, and in comes Lovesick to the help. And Godmid is taking a serious amount of damage. In comes Lovesick, down goes Tegan. And in comes Precision on the Arcadian. And down goes Arcadian in that volley bet. And in comes Super Duper on the Kennen, trying to get that sneaky sneak off. Flashed in, he now has nothing left to get away. And Precision is on his back. Vel'Koz has also used his flash apparently, so that's 2 down without flashes. And LeBlanc has purchased herself the Dark Seal, which is going to give her a huge advantage. And Precision gets that kill on Kennen again. But she used her flash to do it, so she got an aggressive flash off there, which got her in the way of the turret and then got her away. But that is now a 4-1 kill lead to the London Lionhearts. Which has also given them a 1k gold lead, which in this level of game is super dangerous. Because as you can see, my goodness, it's the first time I've actually seen anyone go for a double Dark Seal. And in jumps Rambo, True God. Pulls back, but in comes Reagan to block that with his shield. And Lovesick and Acadian. God middle going head to head, and down goes Acadian, but down goes True Rambo. And Reagan's having to get out of there, as is Lovesick and Reagan. 1 for 1, and they're all having to run away to heal up. Morgana had to use her flash, and Tristana had to use her heal to stay alive there. Morgana also tried to use her ignite, and I think she used it to great effect to bring down True Rambo. And Caitlyn also healed to make sure she didn't go down. Oh, that was a nice try by Addy to try and get that little final hit to stop them from escaping and potentially kill. But it didn't quite work out her way. I'm saying her because it's Morgana, not that Addy is male or female. Oh, yeah, I'm not going into gender politics here, guys. And Super Duper and Precision going head to head, and Super Duper is having to run away yet again. Precision is doing her best to do some damage before she has to pull back. And Precision is just whacking away at the minions, knowing that Ken has to come close to get her. When he does, she's going to get him. Oh, and looks like red team's maybe going for the dragon. And is the red team going to get the dragon down? Blue team has placed an observer or a warden totem in thing, and they're currently holding each other off, with God mid holding back Dagon, stopping him from going and trying to deal with the dragon. And now they have their first dragon, which is an Ocean Drake. Ocean Drake is argued to be a really pointless dragon to have, but I think it is rather good. It's almost like having Garen's passive, where when you're out of combat for long enough, you just start healing and healing and healing and healing, and don't worry about damage. But different people, different things. Blue team placed a totem in there and knows that Reagan was in there. And Addy is just hanging around the bush, waiting for someone to go back in. And it's just a nice solid push from each side. Reagan has to pop his shield to make sure no one can take down True Rambo's Tristana. And Godmid's LeBlanc comes in to try and do some damage. And in comes Lovesick to finish the job. But no, Thegan gets away and survives by hanging out by his turret. Oh, a nice shield there by Reagan to block that damage. And Precision is coming in to do some more damage, but she's having to pull back from Super Duper. Once again, I'm saying she because of character, not because of person. I really should use they. And Lovesick is taking down the blue minion, but I think they are just letting Godmid get that blue buff. And in they come. Looks like they're heading up top, where you have Super Duper attacking Precision. And in comes Lovesick with that attack and pops up from behind, gets a stun off, and brings down Super Duper. Proper Jaws moment there, where Lovesick just comes out of the bushes and goes after you. Terrifying to see. And Lovesick goes for the red buff, because that's a lovely buff to have. And Acadian takes down the dragon. The dragon ward. Oh, and Godmid is hanging down there. She's taking some serious damage there. And Thegan brings down Godmid. Now, Lovesick is currently hanging out of that mid turret to make sure Thegan doesn't take advantage of the loss of Godmid. True Rambo is having to pull back now, and Super Duper is now having to defend his turret against a minion push. Take a moment once again to look at that difference. It's almost that 1.5k difference now between the two. And we have 3 of the blue team all hanging around bottom, trying to hopefully catch out True Rambo and Reagan. But there is no sign of that happening. Oh, and we see a triple stopwatch here with Belgos, Caitlyn and Morgan, Thegan, Zessos and Addy. buying themselves a stopwatch to try and keep themselves alive, because this London Lions team has been absolutely bringing them down. And Addy pops off a nice little AoE there, trying to get some damage done. But nothing really comes of it. And Precision's down by the turret, but she has to pull back because Super Duper is down there doing some decent damage to her. Oh, and God Mid has got Tegan rooted. And in comes Arcadian trying to get rid of God Mid. However, he knows which one is the real one and keeps going after her, and down she goes health-wise, and down she goes. Oh, and in comes Lovesick to try and finish the deal, and he gets caught out. Takes some serious damage, Lovesick. Having to get away, but the blue team is coming in, and oh, in comes Caitlyn with her snipe. Zessos brings down the jungler. Meanwhile, Reagan and True Rambo are still taking this as a chance to advantage down the bottom lane, and all three of the middle lane are now down there. And out comes True Rambo and Reagan having a look what's going on. True Rambo's pulling back, and Reagan, both of them halving. Oh, sorry, recalling. I play too much World of Warcraft. And Acadian booming himself out of trouble. I'm not sure what was going on just there, because I didn't see anyone down there. Oh, no, he was going to go over there to get ready for the dragon. And in comes Caitlyn and Morgana getting ready for the dragon, with Eddie and Zeros trying to get in with Acadian. Try and bring down that dragon. And red team knows they're there. So what's red team going to do to reply to this? Blue team is bringing down the dragon. That burst damage is going down quite quickly. And there's a ping on the dragon, and Lovesick sends off a few little kisses, just like, I'm going to come over there and see you guys in a minute. Lovesick, True Rambo hang down there, holding back a bit. They're a bit scared of going in alone. Down goes the dragon. Oh, and this looks like a good push, and Godmid is low health. Acadian goes down to Lovesick. Begging goes down. Godmid is down to Super Duper. And now the blue team is having to pull away as the red team gets triple kill, 3 for the price of 1. And Lovesick is going in. Brom dives forward. Lovesick takes some decent damage and brings down Zessos. And they're now pulling back. It's now 4 versus 1 in the lanes, but their team is already starting to come back. And in they go. They're going for the Rift Herald now. With Lovesick and Reagan going for the Rift Herald. I don't know why Precision didn't join in with them to do some extra damage. That Fiora might have done enough damage to finish that guy off, but they're doing what they're doing. And in comes that sight wave from the blue team. See what's going on. Oh, and in comes Acadian trying to get that extra kill, and the blue team has stolen the Rift Heralds. Oh, that's got to be a big slap in the face to the red team. Oh, sorry, to our London Lions, as the Smugglers managed to steal that. But Godmid gets her revenge, brings down Acadian. But True Rambo is now having to run away from that Caitlyn, who is an absolutely devastating hero at long range, because she seems to outrange every other hero on the map. Addy with his Morgana sending in an attack. Tegan trying to send it off, and True Rambo just keeps pulling back. Tristana being forced to cast her flash to get away. And back she goes to base to get some healing. She's also now bought the Infinity Edge. That's a nice bit of burst damage. And Precision has bought herself a mace, which she's already used. The Ravenous Hydra for a Crescent, dealing a chunk of damage to nearby enemies. That gold boast has almost gone up to 3k on the side of the London Lionhearts. This is a really bad time for those poor... Really bad gold time for those poor Bristol Smugglers. They're not smuggling much gold in. And it's another Mountain Drake coming in. And Lovesick is already pinging him. Fairly early to be pinging the dragon, considering it's not in for another 2 minutes. And it looks like there's going to be another team fight. Oh, and Godmid's on his own, but brings down Tegan. And Godmid's having to run away. Pulling back as fast as she can, but Zezuz is on her with that Caitlyn, that long range of Caitlyn. And in comes Lovesick from behind like a scary version of Jaws, but gets knocked back and held up. But they come in, and Acadian is taking damage, and Lovesick bring down Acadian. Reagan is coming in with his shield up. And Lovesick dives in for Zezuz, but he gets rooted. Oh, that Caitlyn popping her immortality. And Precision goes after Super Duper. And is doing some decent damage, but that's some decent damage she's taken. And she pops her ulti, which gives her healing, and she carries on attacking and brings him down. Precision manages to bring down Super Duper. And True Rambo brings down Morgana. And they're just there bursting down that turret. Tegan's come back up hoping to do stuff. And pops his I-Beam of Destiny, causing the red team to pull back with 2 of their number really badly hurt. All 3 are pulling back. Probably do some healing. And that gold lead has now gone up to almost 6 gold. 6,000 gold. Which is a huge gold lead at any point in the game. Which means that they can be getting oh so many potions, oh so many wards, and oh so many higher tier items. And Lovesick goes in, brings down that observer, and is going in looking at the dragon. There's about 40 some seconds left on that dragon. He's looking at it, making sure there's no one there to get it. And Addie's popped her observer ward, and Acadian's dropped down a ward himself. And Legod jumps the wall with a nice blast off that and brings down that control ward. Lovesick goes in to bring down that control ward as well. And Reagan drops his ward, only for it to be taken over and instantly wiped out by the blue team. Lovesick drops his own control ward and brings down the blue team's control ward. And Super Dipper and Precision are back at their usual tit for tat. Now 6 seconds left on the dragon. Precision brings down old Cody. Poor old Cody. Blue team has summoned the Rift Herald. While they're doing that, the red team look like they're about to dive on the dragon. Oh no, they're diving into attack, and Godmid has brought down Zeros on her Caitlyn, and Acadian's forced to run back, but Lovesick's like, you can hide by your tower, but I don't care. Down you go. He is super low health here. Don't know how he's going to quite survive this. Going after Acadian's best he can, and Thegan is body blocking like mad. And gets a suplex, and Acadian brings him down. But Godmid is hiding out back there, getting ready to fight. And she can see Acadian trying to get away, and she goes after Thegan. And pulls back, knowing that she's close enough to the tower. Meanwhile, all this going on, down goes that dragon. That dragon's getting burst damage by Tristana and Reagan. And Precision is down there pulling back because she doesn't want to go after that Kennen while the turret is still up. Down goes the red team's dragon. That's now a mountain and a water, for the red team. With a 10 kill lead. And an almost 7 gold. No, an almost 8 gold, gold lead. 8,000, gold lead over the blue team. They also have a 2 turret lead in damage, and even though the blue team summoned the Rift Herald, the Rift Herald doesn't seem to have done any real damage. Loves it, bring down a nice wrapped family, because why not? And the blue team's all gathering up. We've got 4 of the blue team in the middle, and Kennen's still hanging around up top. We're all close to where they are. So what is this blue team doing? Are they getting ready for an ambush, hoping that the red team go after the Baron, or is it a plan to all rush in? And Lovesick's down there doing some damage, and True God and Reagan are just holding mid lane. And down at bottom you have Precision taking on the minions, trying to do some damage. Addie pops that observer ward to try and make sure no one's got any line of sight around them. Super Duper's heading back to base, probably to get some healing. True Rambo's bring down that red minion for that extra fire damage. And in comes Lovesick doing his own observer ward to get that turret down. And he can see Acadian and knows that there's a big old scary bear there and a turret. So he sends off a little bomb and just pulls back a bit, knowing Big scary bear. Don't want. Lovesick gets caught in a Caitlyn trap. And Reagan's Observer Ward spots up both of them and they both pull back. Red team looks like it's getting ready to go after the Baron. But they're going to pull back a bit first. They know the entire blue team is there and ready and waiting for them. And Super Duper and Precision are going head to head again. Both these two seem to be following lanes very well, while the rest of their team roams and groups up against each other. And the red team's going after the Baron now. Well, God Mid and Precision are currently in lane, keeping them on their toes. And round down to 2000. Make sure no one's about to die so they don't lose the Baron buff, and Baron buff is up. Down goes that control ward, and back she goes. So it looks like the entire red team is pulling back, and then getting ready for a nice big push. And there we see Rek'Sai and LeBlanc both purchasing high tier items high enough that they come onto our chat. And Caitlyn has bought Farsight Alteration, which means that she can see much further away with her Observer Ward. That's a nice red buff for Volibear. Or Arcadian, sorry. And Volibear has roared and scared a bunch of baby raptors and brings down Mama Raptor. Now baby raptors are coming up next. Precision goes after Toadie again. Got a full sorry for that poor old frog. What did he ever do wrong? Lovesick sends in a message, and Reagan's back there with his shield, trying to stop him from getting away. Super Duper full sword thinks he's safe, and God Mid is just like, nah, you're done. And God Mid takes down that, and she's now going to go after that turret. Reagan gets caught in the trap, and God Mid is just bursting down that turret. And up comes the rest of the red team up mid, absolutely wiping out that mid turret, while Precision is now top laning, trying to bring down the top lane turret, while Volibear is up there trying to stop her. And all four of the blue team, or red team, sorry, are heading down to be a four-man cell taking down that tower. The red team could have shown up there, but I think the red team would have just gone, I don't care, you're there, we're still going to wipe out your tower. Because, and then they come for the inhibitor tower. Large amount of the blue team is there, so the red team's just moved on somewhere else. Precision is still up top fighting that Volibear, trying to bring him down. Acadian trying to protect his inhibitor tower. But what can you do? God Mid is now taking down that nice little ward they have up there. And Precision is just hanging just close enough to give her guys the Baron buff. Because Baron buff minions are not strong enough to bring down a foe properly, but they are strong enough to do some decent burst damage down on a champion. Enough that it's actually quite easy for heroes like Fiora or someone like Tristana to do a decent amount of damage, or LeBlanc. And down goes one of the inhibitor turrets, leaving the inhibitor there. Now there was a little bit of a pause, but it's all cool, no one's particularly bothered by it. Red team is just letting her... Red team and Fiora are just letting her minions do the damage. Precision just standing around, just throwing off what she can when she can. And now Rambo is just aiming down. Down goes that bottom turret. In comes the rest of the team. And that's an hourglass pop for Tegan. And he has to pull back, but Lovesick is having none of it. Super Duper comes in to try and save, but has none of it. And with that distraction, Precision is there to bring down that final blue team turret. And all that burst damage done on Addy. And down goes another, and the final one is down. I do believe that is, as the game is about to tell us, an ace. I think this is going to be GG as the inhibitor towers, or the, sorry, Nexus turrets go down, and down goes the Nexus. And that is GG for the London Lionhearts. That was quite the fight brought there by both teams, but the London Lionhearts were just dominating the entire way through. And the London Lionhearts seemed to have the full advantage almost the entire time they were there. And let's do a little bit I've never done before. Let's do a bit of match analysis. So let's just take a moment to talk about that game and what just happened. That was just a complete domination by the Lionhearts over there. And what really brought the Lionhearts that victory is their team tactics. So it wasn't the Lionhearts just sort of sat there doing decent amounts of damage in lanes, just going in lanes. Every time more than one person came up, 3 of the Lionhearts were getting in there and getting ready. That Lovesick really paying well off being that jungler and absolutely annihilating anyone who came his way. So, from some of the matches I watched the other day, there was a bit of issue with their cohesion, but it really came together this match to give an absolutely dominating display against the Bristol Smugglers. So that was an amazing match by the Lionhearts, and let's see if they keep this up when we look at the next match on Friday.